Gabriel. So when I first read Umbrella Academy, I obviously loved the story and the characters. One thing that I really loved was the art style. It sort of impressed me how you were able to portray a world that was grounded in the real world, but just to the left. And one of my favorite new comics, if we're talking about new comics, is Chew, which also has a sort of similar surreal art style. So I'm thinking there must be some sort of common influence to portraying, how do you portray a world that's very real, but yet not, obviously not real, per se?
I'm from Brazil. That's actually exactly what Brazil looks like. Monkey prostitutes.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. I think everything that I like has a lot of real life connection, but if you put little bits of fantasy or surreal elements into that, you make it more expressive. And because we look around and we're all used to everything, so we don't really pay attention to stuff. So if you get something strange in a perfect picture, you enhance the perception of who's watching, of everything, not only the strange element. And that's one thing that I like to put on my stories, that I like to put on the drawings. I use a lot of real life reference for the backgrounds and for the clothes and for the people and the characters. But just to, create something that doesn't exist, I need things that exist, because if the reader doesn't really identify what he's seeing, even if it's something that doesn't exist, it has to remind him of something that he knows, like a car. If I do a ball, it wouldn't look like a car. So I do need something that reminds, well, this strange thing is a car. And that's kind of it. And Umbrella was like the perfect ground idea to do that. It's just crazy, real life thing. Thank you.
Hi, my question's for all three of you. I was wondering, what's your favorite part of the creative process? Like when you first get an idea, or in the middle when you still paint it, or at the end once everything's done and this is the final product? Whether it be for a song, a picture, or writing.
For me, it's the middle, it's the ground. Coming up with the idea is maybe the funnest, liberating part. But I really like the middle grind of it, where you're trying to make it work, and all the problems of making it work are right there in your face, and you have to change and you have to improvise, or it's not going to work. And you have to abandon some of your original ideas. That's like the most fun, challenging, you gotta keep dancing through the whole thing. That's the most fun part, because it gets your adrenaline.
I think for me, the best part is when after I get the scripts, I have to do layouts to show them, to see the story working in panels, the composition and the storytelling and stuff. And I do them like this size. So I have a very little version of the page. And when the story works on that little version, I get really excited, because I can see the story already. I can see the comic on the little page, even though I'll have a lot of work to do on each page. So I take 2 days to do a whole comic in the layouts, and I'll take a month to do all that comics. But those 2 days are so, get me so excited that I can, work for the whole month, just to get to the point when the comic is ready.
Yeah, his layouts are super fun. I definitely, we should probably put them out on the site. They are.
Publish that.
They're super rough, They're
Publish Umbrella Academy layout.
layout division, yeah.
I don't want absolutes. I don't want
No, let's go backwards.
Yes. Layout.
But they're super fun to look at. Yeah, for me, all the different processes are different, and I guess I'm involved in, a few of them sometimes, like we all are, But for the comic thing, I think to me it's for sure the dreaming up and the creation and all that stuff. I get scared of the problems that he's good at. But for music, it's different. Like for me, it's when you're really in it and you're kind of just like running on pure inspiration. You're up very late, you're doing it, and there's a moment. This does happen in every process with writing and drawing, but there's a moment where it can all go horribly wrong, and you get into abandoning it. But in that moment, if you just cross that line, then you're like, oh, this is great, and you realize it's special, unique, fresh, and makes you excited. So that is my favorite moment. You're just at the edge of failure, and that's for music. With comics, writing, drawing, it's the dream of. So that's my favorite. When all that stuff's kind of done, you get very sad. You know, even coming up with costumes or whatever, physically. You know, yeah.
Except, like, I know you feel that way, but also, like, because I know when we get through that initial agreement on part, and everything that, like, that's bolted to it, like, yeah, that's the less engaging part in some ways, it's the less fun part, except when we're getting near the end of something, and we suddenly chuck the ending that we have.
Right.
The book ends in a completely different manner, and you're back to that, where's the inspiration, you're back to that anything is possible.
Yeah, you're true. You're right. Yeah, that happens in Umbrella too. Like, you know, you hit those moments like Umbrella Academy 1 especially. You get to this point where you're totally on the verge of failure. And just like, you know, I didn't have an ending. And then just kind of comes together what we got.
Well, like in the Vietnam issue, Dallas was going to be something completely different was going to happen there. We had everything all worked out.
Yeah.
We knew where it was all going. And then it was like, no, chuck all that. Something completely different. And that's when you're halfway through the process and suddenly, boom. And that's, you know, that's one of the things that's so much fun with Umbrella. It's not always the same working on assembly line comics that are on a monthly schedule, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of times, like, you've got your outline, you see your outline through no matter what, you get it right. But with Umbrella, it's like, no, you can abandon ship at any time, completely change where it's going, completely change the rules. And that's a big part of what kept it fun. Is that, yeah, like halfway through it.
Yeah, the Vietnam one was, you know, that was a great example of that. Yeah, you're right though. You're right, yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Gerard.
Hi.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for being an inspiration. I waited 6 years to actually see this. I mean, with your comments, with your music, you're working through the right times and inspiring me to draw. I'm actually at art college now.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And your music always was so inspiring with my art, and I just figured, have you ever considered maybe making a collaboration of both your artistic abilities with music and your comics to make maybe like an animated music video for MCR, like kind of like the Gorillas video?
I have thought of that. I don't know if that'll happen now, but I have given it a great deal of thought.
You really should pursue it. I think that would be just so awesome. Mega epic.
I think Mega Epic is exactly what I'd love the next couple of years to be. You know, and it, you know, I don't want this. I know I'm very low energy now and stuff. You know, I just went to this really crazy thing. We went through a lot of problems. We went through a really crazy time. You know, so initially when I came in, I was like, we didn't have a plan. We don't have any books coming out. Yeah, I mean scheduled. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of work we got to do. It was a really challenging couple of years. I know last year I was here announcing stuff that never came out. So I was getting really nervous about this panel today because I was like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. We just finished last week our podcast, you know. So, but I'm very excited about not only what we've got going on for music, but for art, period, in general. Like the next stuff that, you know, me and Gab really miss Umbrella. We miss it. Like, you know, we need to do Umbrella. So that's coming. Even if we do just, we were just talking to breakfast, even if we do like table and cha-cha sing Christmas or something. We've got to do it, you know, we know. And we may only have time right now to just do a single thing. We'll do it, you know. And then Killjoys next year, we'll do it. Like, these things are coming, but I didn't want to come here and like BS you guys, you know. Like, we've been away for a while. I've been away for a while, but I couldn't do them. But I think you'll be really happy with what's coming next, you know, this fall or next year.
Thank you, and congrats on being a dad.
Oh, thank you.